So when you bring mindfulness into your life, you get to take your power back. Empowerment. Hello, welcome. My name is Colibri, and this is my YouTube channel where I cover topics on personal growth and my favorite, expansion. If this is your first time joining, welcome. You're in for a treat. And if you are returning, I appreciate you coming back, and I'm excited to jump into today's topic, which is personal power through mindfulness. And I invite you to stay all the way to the end because I'm going to give you 3 practices that you can start today to become a master at mindfulness, which will result in more peace in your life, less stress, and an overall healthier life. All right, so what is the problem here? The problem that I see my clients and myself and humans in general is that we operate about 90% of our lives on autopilot in an unconscious state of being. So when we're in that unconscious state of being, the outside world is actually dictating how we feel. It has power over our emotions. And then we become defensive. And it's overall a loss of power on our end. And we can never make a change when we don't take responsibility and when we don't have awareness of what is happening. Would you like a solution? I want to give you a solution. Okay, so the solution is, drumroll, mindfulness. Wow, what a concept. So when we take on mindfulness, when we start practicing mindfulness, we get to take our power back. I like to say we get to put ourselves back in the driver's seat rather than the outer world dictating and driving us. I am all about personal power. That is one of my top values, and that is what I intend to support you with and to help you expand into. So when you bring mindfulness into your life, you get to take your power back. Empowerment. Yay! And we always have a choice in every thought and action we have, unless we're in autopilot and we don't have awareness of it. So, solution, mindfulness, and awareness. Cool? All right. I'd like to share a definition of mindfulness for you so you understand it a little deeper. So mindfulness is bringing awareness and attention to the present moment. I want to read a little excerpt from this book, Be Free Where You Are by Thich Nhat Hanh. Without mindfulness in our daily life, we tend to allow in many elements that are harmful to our bodies and our consciousness. The Buddha said that nothing can survive without food. Our joy cannot survive without food. Neither can our sorrow or our despair. If we have despair, it is because we have fed our despair, the kind of food it thrives on. If we are depressed, the Buddha advises that we look deeply into the nature of our depression to identify the source of food that we use to nourish it. Once the source of the nutrients has been identified, cut it off. The depression will fade away after a week or 2. Without mindfulness in our daily lives, we feed our anger and our despair by looking at or listening to things around us that are highly toxic. We consume many toxins each day. What we see on television or read in magazines can nourish our anger and despair. But if we breathe in and out mindfully and realize that these are not the kinds of things we want to consume, then we will stop consuming them. To live mindfully means to stop ingesting these kinds of poisons. Instead, choose to be in touch with what is wonderful, refreshing, and healing within yourself and around you. The reason why I wanted to read that specifically for you is so that you can understand why it is such a problem that we're on autopilot and why it's so important to bring mindfulness into our life. To realize that we're taking in negativity and toxic things all the time if we're not being present and having mindfulness of what is going in. So I'm curious to know, after hearing this, did anything come up in your mind? Anything in your life that you realize like, oh no, that is pretty toxic and I've been letting that in my life? If you did, what were those toxic things? Share it with us. Let us know. Now, like I promised earlier in the video, I have 3 practices that you can start today to bring this awareness and mindfulness into your life. Are you ready for them? All right, practice number 1. It's going to be a physical practice, something you can do in any moment. I always suggest this for people who experience high levels of anxiety or overwhelm and even depression. So this really brings you into your body and into the present moment. So you're going to place your hand on your chest, and I always suggest starting with 3 breaths and going all the way until you actually feel your nervous system calm down and you feel yourself present in the moment. I always suggest putting skin on skin. That way you can feel the warmth, you can feel the energy. It's much more grounding in your body when you do this. So you'll place your hand on your heart and you'll close your eyes so you can go inward, and you'll start breathing with yourself. And on your inhale, you breathe in, and in your mind or out loud, whatever feels best for you. I suggest doing it inward because that is coming back to yourself. So close your eyes, breathe in, and you say the words, I am here. Breathe in all the way to the top. And breathe out, I am here. And do this for as long as you need until you feel your nervous system calm down, until you feel yourself come back into your body. Because what happens when we're on autopilot is we dissociate. We actually get so out of our bodies that we're just going. We're just on autopilot. So this brings you back into your body and brings that awareness to your physical energy. And bring attention to the sound and the sensation on your skin. This is presence. This is coming back to your body. So go ahead and give that practice a try. And like I said, it's really helpful if you start with 3 and extend that outward until you feel present in your body. Practice number 2 is find those problem thoughts. This is something that I teach over and over and over because this is where we get to reprogram our neural networking in our brain. We get to rewire our brain, which is awesome. So when you find the problem thoughts, you get to reprogram them. So finding the problem thoughts would be something like you find yourself judging yourself. You find you are going down a negative spiral, right? We always say like, I'm just in a downward spiral. Well, you have choice in every moment to change those thoughts. This is the personal power. This is where the power comes from. So finding those thoughts, you can use an app on your phone, like I use Notes, or you can get a little journal, and it's helpful to write these things out so that they can come out and so you can see them, and then you can reframe them, which is segueing into step 3. So you're going to get back into the driver's seat of your life. This is your life. So wouldn't you think if you can think a negative thought or a problem thought, don't you think you can think positive thoughts too? You can. It's your choice. But without awareness, without mindfulness, you can't change those. So, step 1, coming back into your body, breathing. I am here. That allows you to come back to the present moment. And then you get to check in with your thoughts, because you will find that when we allow our outside world, the chaos going on, when we see things happening in the world and we're not present with our awareness, we just jump onto that. We jump on the bandwagon, and then all of a sudden we're in fear, we're in conflict. Why? Are you choosing that? You don't have to. It's all your choice. How do you want to think? What thoughts do you want to think? Do you want to see this as a positive, or do you want to see it as a negative? Do you want to see it as a win-win, or do you want to see it as a lose? Neither is right or wrong. It's your choice. And I'm inviting you to step into the higher frequency of what you want. So, my friends, I would invite you to leave a comment below for us to support you. If you are somebody who experiences overwhelm or anxiety, and these steps are feeling like something you want to take on, but you don't quite know how, I invite you to leave a comment below. Share with us, what is something in your life that is just taking over you and you need support with? I'm here to support you. We're all here to support you. All right. So with all of this, it is going to take consistency and practice. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not perfect at anything I do. However, I have these steps and these tools, so I can always go back to them and I can always practice them. So whenever I feel overwhelmed in life, or whenever I feel in fear or in lack, or just like this, I don't know what word this is, but you know what the feeling is like. Whenever you feel like that, come back to these practices. It's amazing what will happen. Once you start rewiring your brain and you do this over and over and over, it will become easier and it will become second nature. So, everything you've been doing up until now has been great. Try this new practice and see what happens. More mindfulness in your life equals less stress. It equals less anxiety and depression. And when you start practicing mindfulness, you will see your relationships improve. You will start experiencing more people in your life who want to support you, more people in integrity, and your sense of enjoyment and your fulfillment of life will just be overflowing because you're present with the moment rather than being on that autopilot. All right, this is Colibri checking out. If you gained anything from this video, I would really appreciate it if you left a comment below, or if there's something that you would want to see more of. I'd love to hear from you as well. And if you gained some insights, ahas, any breakthroughs, I would love it if you would share that in the comments and share this video for anybody who might need this. And if you want to work deeper on these topics and you need even more support, I'm always open and offering my one-on-one sessions, and I'll leave a link in the comments below for that. And if you want something a little more self-paced around living a healthier lifestyle with food and mindfulness practices, I have an online program for you called Embodiment. It is amazing, and it is an 8-week program that is self-paced, and you have access to me through the program through those 8 weeks if you need even deeper support. There's a link in the descriptions below where you can check out more details on that. And as always, please subscribe so you could get more video updates, like it, share it, And if you want to see more content like this, go check out my other videos where you can learn more tools and practices all around holistic expansion. All right, I'll see y'all later.